Christina Bonnery. This is Lester the Legend, and this is Adam Thornstone. We are the Reno Scum. You're watching All Pro Wrestling Gym Wars, 11 a.m. on Saturday morning.
Check it out on KFTY Channel 50. Digital 199.
Coming up next, fans, we have another pack card for you as Steve Stamp takes on Jody Kristofferson.
Jody Kristofferson on next week TV. This is going to be a good one.
And Jody and Steve will lock up, but also next week we have a great match for you. A street fight between these two men right here. Lester the Legend taking on Rick Luxury.
And that should be an interesting match. I wonder if their partners will be at ringside.
That's right, the Reno Scum and Late Night Primetime's rivalry has been boiling for months here, and it might come to a head as Lester takes on Rick Luxury in this anything goes street fight.
And just like every week, Jason, a great card.
Now let's get to this main event here rolling. Here comes the association led by their captain, Derek Sanders, team boss, but as you notice, Derek in the back.
Things get carried out of hand.
And last week you see Derek Sanders costing Dylan Drake the match. He had the sharpshooter locked in against the champion Malachi. It might have been only a matter of seconds until Malachi tapped, but Sanders with a cheap shot allowing the hold to be broken, and Malachi coming in, as you see, with the big boot to the head of Dylan Drake.
And that could explain why it's team boss, Jason, because, you know, you would think that the association would be the leaders of this tag match, but because of what Derek Sanders did, maybe they felt they owed him a favor.
The association usually doesn't like to take the back seat to anybody, especially somebody like Derek Sanders, the complete opposite of the association. Pretty boy, pink flashy tights, flashy attitude, but you gotta wonder, is their end-all be-all goal just to hurt Team Drake?
And Derek Sanders finally pops his head up. You know, what a despicable act. I mean, now he's pounding on him.
And as you said, Roland, earlier in the morning, jealousy. This is all over the fact that Dylan Drake won the poll, APW Sexiest Wrestler, and Derek Sanders' ego couldn't let that happen.
Something so minor league, but I guess if you have an ego.
Well, I don't know how you can have an ego wearing shorts like Derek Sanders wears. And then you see here, Jeckles and Jester hitting the ring again, trying to make the save. And again, this thing just broke out of hand here. All the men pretty much getting into the ring that you'll see this.
And Malachi was, you know, he looked like he was out of it at the end of that match. But yet, all of a sudden, when it came time to brawl, he got a second win.
The bad blood boiling over to a point where Commissioner J.J. Perez said, hey, you know what? You guys want to go at it? We're going to make an 8-man elimination match.
And that's the real team leader there, Vinny Massaro. I'm sure he's the guy that organized this whole destruction here.
And then, again, Jody Kristofferson, he hit the ring and going right after the association. Well, you think Jody's sending a message to the association saying he's not going to back down?
Well, he may think he is, but really, I think that was I think Vinny Massaro placed a want ad, and with all the actions that took place right here that you're seeing at home, that's, you know, Vinny Massaro engineered that, you know.
And then Dylan Drake clears the ring with the chair. The association, Derek Sanders, getting out of there before Drake can use that steel chair. But again, as you see, they did the damage. Drake could barely stand. And again, the association, Derek Sanders, showing unity against Big Country, Jody Kristofferson, Jeckles, Jester, and Dylan Drake. The association making their way to the ring here again with Derek Sanders in tow. You gotta wonder here, is Derek going to let the association do his dirty work for him, Roland?
No, I don't know. It could work two ways here too. Like, you know, Derek Sanders could be doing the dirty work for the association.
We'll find out next as Gym Wars continues with this main event. And we're back here, fans. Jason Anderson alongside Roland Alexander for this main event as Team Drake makes their way to the ring, Roland.
Yeah, and I noticed that Freckles is here with Jeckles. Last week she wasn't in attendance, and this week she is, and I wonder what's up with that.
Well, she's here to support Jeckles in probably one of his biggest matches here in his APW career, as Jeckles and the rest of Team Drake takes on the association, Derek Sanders. And, well, look at this. Derek Sanders showing his true colors, hiding behind the big men of the association.
He certainly is, but yet it's team boss. That's I guarantee you that the last week, the actions of last week had something to do with the ego of Derek Sanders and satisfying it and naming the team boss. So it was like a payback.
Team boss, only a name. You know he's going to probably let the association take care of all of his dirty work, do all the hard work, the heavy lifting, and then probably snake his way in there for a cheap pin. But you can see here, look at the frustration on Jody Kristofferson's face, Roll. You see Omega trying to calm him down. He's ready. He's chomping at the bit.
Well, here's what I'm surprised at. I'm surprised that Commissioner J.J. Perez didn't step in and say, listen, an 8-man tag with all these, these people that have agendas and individually with everybody, and I'm just surprised he's only got one referee out here. This is the 8-man tag is a tough match to referee.
Well, Tom Castor, senior official, probably no one better to take care of this match. He knows these wrestlers very, very well, Roland. And one thing I got to wonder, Roland, you see these men here in the corner, Jeckles, Drake, Jody Kristofferson, and Omega. These guys really haven't teamed much together at all, but the association teammates, stablemates, call them whatever you want, they know how one another works. You got to wonder how Team Drake will work together.
Well, I'm wondering whether they're going to work together well as a team because you got to remember that the Universal Heavyweight Champion Malachi is in the opposite corner, and if any one of these four guys can somehow defeat him in this 8-man tag and eliminate him, then they might be in line for a shot at the title. So I would imagine that they're all going to be shooting for Malachi.
Again, referee Tom Castor going over the rules, patting down all the wrestlers, making sure there aren't any foreign objects, any cheating going on here. And again, fans, you're watching this right now on KFTY, Channel 50, Digital 199. But during the week when you can't catch us on Saturday mornings, go to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/allprowrestling for all the latest videos.
Interesting that you say that, Jason, because I'll tell you, we've been receiving a lot of emails from people from all over the United States complimenting the TV show, and yet we only air here in the Northern California area, but it's because of YouTube that everybody's talking about APW.
Absolutely, Roland. We thank all you fans who subscribe to us at YouTube, and again, check us out on Twitter/allprowrestling, and at APW Rollins, where you can follow Roland Alexander.
APW's everywhere, Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, but right now, we're getting ready to start this battle here.
Surprisingly, Derek Sanders starting things off here with Dylan Drake, probably wanting to send a message to the team captain, Team Drake. Derek Sanders.
Well, it is surprising. I mean, he stood behind the team during the instructions.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Derek Sanders, you got to wonder if he really wants to lock up with Drake right now. Sanders has a lot of skill.
Yeah, well, he's going to do it.
Don't get me wrong. A former APW champion, former internet champion. But like you said, he has his own ulterior motives, and he has that huge ego that he needs to stroke.
He's taking his time before he locks up.
The crowd getting behind Team Drake here, with Freckles leading the cheers, as Sanders slowly circles around the ring, and a quick tag.
Wow.
Here comes Dalton Frost. What a shock.
Unbelievable.
Sanders getting out while the getting's good. Letting Frost go in there right now, and he locks up with Dylan Drake.
Definite size advantage for Frost. He's got Drake backed up. Better watch himself.
Now, Roland, looking at Team Drake, do you think they can really play the power game right now against Derek Sanders and the association?
Well, I think there's no doubt that that's what they're going to play, is the power game, because 3 of the 4 men are well over 240, 250 pounds, and most of the Team Drake is under 240, 250 pounds.